The sun glints off the hood of my Tesla as I pull into the driveway, tires crunching over the clean, uniform gravel every home in Sycamore Ridge is required to maintain. Birds chirp in manicured trees. Lawns stretch out like green carpets, trimmed within an inch of their lives. This is the kind of neighborhood where people wave without meaning it and whisper a little too loudly if your grass is half an inch too long. I moved here 6 months ago with my daughter, Maya. 9 years old, full of sass, with curls that defy gravity and a brain that won't quit. After my company, Refries, closed its Series C at a $600 million valuation, I decided it was time for peace. Time for bike rides, backyard barbecues, and a community I thought would finally accept us. But peace, I've learned, is always conditional when you're the only black family on the block. Maya's lemonade stand is her pride and joy. Built it with me one Saturday, painted it herself. Lemon yellow planks with teal lettering that reads, Refries lemonade cold, fresh, and boss-made. That last part's her idea. She says she's in training to take over one day. I believe her. Today, she's setting up early, the stand perched under the shade of our big maple tree. Her red cooler's packed with ice, lemons, and a fresh batch of Refries' new summer blend. She's got her Refries cap on backward, a clipboard for orders, and that wide, unfiltered confidence only kids seem to have before the world teaches them otherwise. Across the street, I see blinds twitch. It's nothing. Probably just a neighbor curious about the little CEO in the making. But then it happens again. Different window. Same twitch. I brush it off. Maybe I'm being paranoid. The kind of paranoia that creeps in after years of being followed in stores or double-checked by security at tech conferences where you're supposed to be the keynote speaker. Dad, can I offer free samples to people walking dogs? Maya asks, popping a lid open and letting lemon-scented steam waft out. Of course, baby. Just stay close to the stand. She grins and gets to work. Already, a jogger stops and drops a $5 bill in her jar. I'm halfway back inside when I hear it. Excuse me? Excuse me. I turn. A woman stands on the sidewalk, arms crossed, face twisted into that tight, practiced smile that never touches the eyes. She's white, mid-50s, and wearing a visor embroidered with HOA, Sycamore Ridge Homeowners Association, the unofficial gatekeepers of the neighborhood. I hope this stand is temporary, she says, voice syrupy and sharp at once. We have rules about commercial activities. I'm sure you do, I say slowly. But it's just lemonade. Her eyes skim Maya, then me. Just keep it tidy. She walks off before I can respond. It's a small thing, barely a spark. But I've seen how quickly sparks become fires. And something about the way she looked at Maya makes my chest tighten. The next morning, something's off. Maya's stand, which she left carefully tucked beside the porch, is knocked over. Her cooler's still there, half open. Melting ice trailing off into a slush puddle. The CEO in training sign is gone. At first, I think maybe the wind did it. But the air is still and the cooler's heavy. That thing doesn't tip easy. Maya stares at it, silent. Her curls bounce as she kneels to pick up the lemons rolling into the flower bed. Why would somebody mess it up? She asks. I don't answer. Not yet. Inside, I check our doorbell cam. Nothing. Footage skips. Glitches between 2:43 and 3:05 a.m. Someone disabled it. Maya doesn't know that. I don't tell her. Instead, I help her clean up. She wants to try again. I don't stop her. I want to believe it was just a fluke. But by noon, the whispers begin. 2 women walk by, slow and deliberate, like they're inspecting something. One of them says, I just think it's inappropriate. We're not that kind of neighborhood. The other nods. Maya waves at them. They don't wave back. I start noticing them more now. The sideways glances, the hushed conversations when Maya interacts with someone, especially when that someone is white. One neighbor accepts a cup of lemonade and then pours it into a nearby bush as soon as Maya turns away. I feel it in my gut before I can prove it. They don't like seeing a black child being confident, profitable, visible. That night, there's a note taped to our mailbox. Unapproved vendor activity must cease immediately per SRHOA bylaws. Final warning. It's signed, printed in block letters like a ransom note. No official letterhead. No signature. Just the threat. I call the HOA. I get a voicemail. Leave a message and someone will return your call within 5 business days. But someone doesn't want to wait that long. The next day, a patrol car slows to a crawl in front of our house. Twice. Maya notices. Why is a cop looking at my stand? I force a smile. Probably thirsty. She laughs. But I don't. And then there's her again, visor lady. Same tight-lipped smile. Same clipboard. She stops this time. No permit posted, she says, tapping her pen against the stand like she's writing a ticket. Still selling. Maya beams. Yes, I made $15 already. Visor lady doesn't smile back. I'll be reporting this, she says, eyes flicking toward me like a challenge. You really should be setting a better example. I step closer, not threatening, just present. She's 9. She shrugs. 9 or not, we have standards. This isn't a flea market. She walks off. I watch her disappear down the sidewalk, the back of her clipboard marked with a faint but unmistakable sticker. SRHOA President. So that's who she is. Now I know her face. I just don't know how far she's willing to go. But something tells me we're about to find out. Another neighbor speaks up. I saw her talking to the cops that day. She pointed at Maya and said she looked suspicious. Now it's unraveling. The whispers turn. Phones come out. Photos. Screenshots. The post from next door. The comment about certain families. Cartwright's allies start backing away. You're finished, I say quietly. Cartwright glares at me, eyes wild. You think you can come in here, throw your money around, and humiliate me? No, I reply. You did that yourself. She storms off, but the crowd doesn't part for her. They let her push through alone. And I stand there, Maya beside me, watching the empire she built on control begin to crack. The reckoning has started. Monday morning, I call the HOA office again. This time I don't leave a message. I drive there. It's a beige brick building tucked behind a row of townhomes, with a plaque that reads Sycamore Ridge Homeowners Association, preserving our community standards. I walk in wearing a refried polo and calm fire behind my eyes. A young receptionist gives me a tight smile. Can I help you? I need to speak with whoever's in charge, I say. About a harassment issue. She hesitates, eyes flicking to a back office. Mrs. Cartwright is in a meeting. Of course she is. Visor lady has a name. I'll wait, I say, sitting down. This is important. 10 minutes later, Cartwright strides out, clipboard in hand like it's an extension of her body. Her eyes widen when she sees me. Ah, Mr. Johnson, is it? Correct. I wanted to clarify something. Someone left a threatening note on my mailbox. I'm assuming it came from the HOA. She doesn't blink. We've had multiple complaints about unlicensed sales on your property. Per SRHOA guidelines, there's no rule prohibiting a child's lemonade stand. I cut in. I read the bylaws. She frowns. That's subject to interpretation. We have to maintain a certain aesthetic. And some residents have expressed discomfort. I know exactly what she means. Discomfort isn't about lemonade. It's about us. I'd like a list of those residents, I say. I'm afraid that's confidential. Of course it is. She straightens. If you refuse to comply, we'll be forced to escalate. Meaning, she gives me the fakest smile I've seen in a decade of boardroom negotiations. Fines, formal complaints, perhaps even legal intervention. A chill creeps into my spine, but not fear, fury. She thinks she can use policy to police us, like so many do. Thank you for your time, I say quietly. I'll be in touch. Back home, I set up security cameras, real ones this time. I text my lawyer and then I make another call. This one to my head of marketing. I need a full printout of our refries vendor acquisitions, I say, especially the local partnerships. By that afternoon, I have what I need. Turns out Refry's recently acquired Sunny Sip distribution, which supplies over 24 local vendors, including the beverage vendor for Sycamore Ridge's upcoming spring festival. Their lemonade? Ours. That night, I share the details with Maya over dinner. "You're not mad at me?" she asks, voice small. "No, baby. I'm proud of you. Some people just don't like seeing little girls like you do big things. That's not your fault." She nods, but her eyes are dimmer, her confidence chipped. And then the bomb drops. Tuesday, I'm in the kitchen when I hear Maya scream. I sprint outside. 2 police officers are at our lemonade stand. One is writing something on a clipboard. The other is speaking into a radio. Maya is crying. "What the hell is going on?" I demand. "Sir, we received a 911 call reporting unauthorized business activity and possible health code violations." One officer says without looking up, "She's 9. We still have to respond." Maya clutches my leg. Her small body trembles. The same cooler, the same cups, now treated like contraband. Cartwright stands a few feet away, arms folded, watching like a queen surveying conquered land. "She doesn't have a permit," she says simply. "I told you," I growl. "It's a lemonade stand. And I told you rules apply to everyone," she snaps. "No," I say, stepping forward, voice low and sharp. "They apply to us. That's the problem." The officers back off eventually, no ticket, no citation. But the damage is done. By nightfall, the story's spreading. Neighbors whisper. Someone posts anonymously on Nextdoor about chaos and rule-breaking. The racial undertones aren't even subtle anymore. Certain families think they're above the rules. Back in my day, we respected authority. Children need to be taught discipline. I screenshot everything. And I wait, because I have a plan now. And Mrs. Cartwright has no idea what's coming. Saturday morning arrives like a loaded gun. The Sycamore Ridge Spring Festival is in full swing, white tents, streamers. Music from a Bluetooth speaker that's trying too hard. Families stroll past booths selling homemade candles and overpriced lawn ornaments. Kids laugh, adults sip iced tea from clear plastic cups. The same cups Refry supplies. And the lemonade? It's everywhere. I spot Mrs. Cartwright near the main pavilion, surrounded by her entourage. 3 women dressed like they walked out of a real estate brochure. They sip their drinks and watch the crowd like sentries. Cartwright's visor is a new shade of pastel today, but the smugness is the same. Maya walks beside me, nervous. She's dressed in her Refry's shirt, holding a little tablet that tracks her lemonade sales. I told her she didn't have to come, but she insisted. "I want to see," she said. "All of it." We make our way toward the community stand, the one Cartwright personally oversees every year. A big sign reads, "Sycamore Ridge Community Lemonade, sponsored by Sunny Sip." There it is. I wait until Cartwright sees us. Her face tightens, and she immediately excuses herself from her circle. "You shouldn't be here," she says, voice low and cold. "You've caused enough disruption." "Nice booth," I say, glancing at the lemonade table. "Business looks good." She folds her arms. "We handled things properly. Through the association. Unlike you." "Really? Is that what you call calling the cops on a child?" Her mouth twitches. "We received a complaint. We acted accordingly." "And you're the one who filed it, weren't you?" She doesn't answer, just straightens her back and smiles like she's already won. "Your little tantrum is over. You can either comply with HOA standards or find another place to live. That's the beauty of community guidelines, Mr. Johnson. They protect people like us." She says us with just enough venom to clarify who's included and who's not. I reach into my back pocket and pull out a folder. "Let me explain something to you, Mrs. Cartwright. Refry's owns Sunny Sip. Acquired it 6 months ago." She blinks. I open the folder and show her the papers. Acquisition documents, logos, supply chain reports, all legal, all notarized. "You've been selling my lemonade at this festival for the last 3 years. This year included." A pause. Her smile falters. "You're lying," she says. "No," I say, stepping closer. You've been profiting off my company while threatening my daughter for selling the same product on her own lawn. You called the police on a child for selling your supplier's lemonade. Her mouth opens, but no words come. People are watching now. The nearby crowd is growing still. Whispers ripple like static. I'm not done. Here's a copy of the 911 call. I continue holding up my phone. Anonymous tip, sure, but it came from your home Wi-Fi network. My legal team traced it. Care to deny that? Cartwright's face drains of color. And if you're wondering how I know that, I add, it's because we just signed a data partnership with the same telecom company you use. You agreed to terms and conditions when you updated your router firmware. That's illegal, she stammers. No, that's ironic. Silence. Then, from behind me, a voice. I saw her take the stand down. It's Mrs. Hargrove, the elderly woman from 3 doors down. She steps forward, cane in one hand, phone in the other. I recorded it, thought it was odd. Sent it to the board, but never got a reply. Another neighbor speaks up. I saw her talking to the cops that day. She pointed at Maya and said she looked suspicious. Now it's unraveling. The whispers turn. Phones come out. Photos. Screenshots. The post from next door. The comment about certain families. Cartwright's allies start backing away. You're finished, I say quietly. Cartwright glares at me, eyes wild. You think you can come in here, throw your money around, and humiliate me? No, I reply. You did that yourself. She storms off, but the crowd doesn't part for her. They let her push through alone. And I stand there, Maya beside me, watching the empire she built on control begin to crack. The reckoning has started.